was ist europäisches Interesse, was ist deutsches Interesse, was ist russisches Interesse und was ist amerikanisches Interesse. Und bevor ich jetzt mal Ihre Frage beantworte, was mich mit dem Land so verbindet, man bekommt immer so ein, oder viele bekommen sehr schnell das Etikett an die Backe, Verschwörungstheorien hinterherzulaufen. Denen sage ich immer, gucken sich die offiziellen Papiere an, gucken sich die Studien von Thinktanks an. Das ist nichts mit Verschwörungstheorien. Sie brauchen die nur zu fragen. Die Leute, die sagen Ihnen, natürlich ist es nicht. Und aus deren Warte ist es völlig legitim und real. Natürlich ist es nicht im US-amerikanischen Interesse, wenn der eurasische Raum gut miteinander funktioniert. Also tun Sie alles, damit es nicht funktioniert. Und wer hat denn die Sanktionen befördert? Der Vizepräsident Joe Biden hat in einer launigen Rede gesagt, oh, the Europeans didn't want to impose sanctions on Russia. We really had to embarrass them. Ja, also die wollten nicht, die Europäer, wir mussten sie schön kräftig drücken. Das hat er in der öffentlichen Rede gesagt, das weiß man. Also wäre ja schön, wenn mittlerweile vielleicht doch mal der eine oder andere Politiker mit Kreuz hinginge und sage, Leute, so kann das nicht laufen. Auch von den Sanktionen müssen wir endlich wieder runter.
Ich würde ganz
gerne
gerne
nicht in der Berichterstattung. Und das finde ich das Ärgerliche, dass die deutschen Medien das eigentlich überhaupt gar nicht darstellen.
Ich würde es ganz gerne noch mal was privat.
My name is Nick Brand. I'm the Director of Corporate Programs at the Chicago Council on Global Affairs, and thank you all for joining us this evening. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome George Friedman to the Chicago Council. I believe it's his first time here, so thank you so much for being with us.
The primordial interest of the United States, over which for a century we have fought wars, the First, Second Cold War, has been the relationship between Germany and Russia, because united they are the only force that could threaten us, and to make sure that that doesn't happen. Russia knows it. Russia believes that the United States intends to break the Russian Federation. I think that, as Peter Lorre put it, we don't want to kill you, we just want to hurt you a little bit. The United States has a fundamental interest. It controls all the oceans of the world. No power has ever done that. Because of that, we get to invade people and they don't get to invade us. It's a very nice thing. Maintaining control of the sea and control of space is the foundation of our power. The best way to defeat an enemy fleet is to not let it be built. The way the British managed to make certain that no European power could build a fleet was to make sure the Europeans were at each other's throats. The policy that I would recommend is the one that Ronald Reagan adopted toward Iran and Iraq. He funded both sides so they would fight each other and not fight us. This was cynical, it was certainly not moral, it worked, and this is the point. The United States cannot occupy Eurasia. The moment the first boot sets the ground, the demographic differential is we are totally outnumbered. We can defeat an army, we cannot occupy Iraq. The idea that 130,000 men would occupy a country of 25 million. Well, the ratio in New York of cops to citizens was greater than we had deployed in Iraq. So we don't have the ability to go across, but we do have the ability to first support various contending powers so they concentrate in themselves with political support, some economic support, military support, advisors, and in extremis do what we did in Japan, in Vietnam, in Iraq, and in Afghanistan, spoiling attacks. The spoiling attack is not intended to defeat the enemy. It's intended to throw him off balance. What we did in each of these wars, in Afghanistan, for example, is we threw Al-Qaeda off balance. The problem we have, since we're young and stupid, is that having thrown them off balance, instead of saying, okay, job well done, let's go home, we said, well, that was easy. Why don't we build a democracy here? This was the moment of dementia that came in. The answer, therefore, is the United States cannot constantly be intervening throughout Eurasia. It must be selectively intervening and very rarely. That is the extreme moment. We cannot, as the first step, send American troops. And when we send American troops, we have to clearly understand what the mission is, limit it to that, and not develop all sorts of psychotic fantasies. So hopefully we've learned that this time. It takes a while for kids to learn lessons.